Hi, I'm Nurul Sensei, helping you positively enhance your understanding. The Titanic was the biggest ship in the world when it was built in 1912. Do you see this? No, I'm not crazy. I started with 50 and it only took me 2 moons to get everything, because I found the meta. And if you want to see it, I'll release it for 5 likes. I hope you don't subscribe or anything, baka. But how tiny or humongous are all of these? That includes the planters and all the junk from normal Acrithis shop. The Paragrim animatronic is weird. You can't scale it. Scaling button just does nothing, and I think this is intentional. This thing is way bigger outside. About 3 times the size. It wouldn't fit here if it were full-sized. Oh, it's humongous. It's already chunky. But now it's a really big ass table. A bunch of the following stuff scales reasonably well, no need to comment. This is the last item in the Enigma Gyrum shop. Not very impressive. Next up, the normal Acrithis decorations. Their individual offers generated to last between 1 and 4 hours. Their costs are Duviri resources, in a certain range depending on the resource type. It seems you can get new ones every hour, but I wasn't checking that often. All 3 of the hanging planters range in size between "oh, that's normal" to "why would you hang something that huge?" If DE actually cared about the decorations, they would have reset their defaults to always follow gravity, but they don't. Don't waste your Duviri resources on decorations unless you're sure you're not buying anything else. Those capture scenes can cost several hundreds, that's on the cheaper side of resources, and usually aren't worth buying either, so I'm Probably not gonna make a video on those anyway. When you have like 5 times of what you need for these small ones, maybe buy it, well, depending on how closely you're tracking your incl requirements. This barrel looks more like a trash can, going from small to pretty damn large. This is a really gas tank looking barrel. This is where the real weirdness starts. These pots are a little too large for their size, even at the smallest scale. Another one posing the question, why would you make a planter taller than you? The small size looks appropriate for a planter, but the large one is not as huge, but still, what the hell, why is it so tall? This one is actually titanic. It's big even on small size. And just watch until you see the full one. It's so huge, I had collisions with my camera. It's like a humongous bathtub. Might even be the longest object we can place here. Two of these 3 vessels are quite a lot bigger than you expect. These are all 3 at max scale, quite a huge difference. Now let's see what's actually the longest Duviri decoration at max scale. I lined them all up as close to the wall as I could. Exactly what I thought. Going by the pattern on the floor, it reaches the 7th circle from the wall, and these decorations I think were normal sized. And for contrast, these are the smallest 4 at their smallest size. What art thou smoking, Hildrin? Part. Which part? Over yonder? This part. And also this part. Now some actual Duviri scale examples. These aren't as big as they could. Look at that planter/tub. Planters are normal sized outside. Appears to be the same size in the undercroft. I'm standing right next to the pillar. Other objects also seem normal scale. These things exist too. And this one is humongous again. The Mortis Stellar decoration at full size is slightly under 2 drifters tall, but much bigger outside, where it's a one-off artifact with its own description. You can view it here. Even standing on a horse, it still looks humongous. The final point is the scale of Acrithis herself. She's only slightly taller than a drifter in her normal form, but in the shop she's just a giant hologram at about double the scale. Some people are on copium, thinking those planters will get something someday, but they have never expanded on a decoration that was out before. Only very rarely a tile set gets remastered and some of the assets get updated. Almost never happens. Probably the simplest way to do something like this, the Edit Decoration Content button, which is now only used by Enigma Decorations because they are posable. See, I even found a bug. It's so underused that probably nobody knows that if you escape, the pose will reset. This one could just add plants to the pots, which have nothing for now. I hope you learned something, and if you're able to help beyond the usual, there should be links in the description when they're ready.